Dalton's Rip Part 2. This little video here is shot at Lynn Dalton's place in Campty, Louisiana. I went down to visit some family for Thanksgiving and called old Lynn, and he said, "Come on by." And so we did. And this little video is out in his little back pasture here with the 6 head of training calves. And what I'm going to do is we're going to document this dog here, Rip. And after talking to Lynn and him watching this dog, he really kind of helped me out. You know, I'm a humble person. I'll tell you straight up that I was making some mistakes with this dog. This dog is pretty powerful. I didn't let all this problem start, but I wasn't real sure how to fix it. I'll be the first to tell you. Um, what Lynn said is I had to tighten up on my timing. I was allowing this dog to go around the corners and basically make the corner and then snap out at the cattle. And then every time I'd send him on a go by or on a way to me or a walk up or anything, he was going from 0 to 90 in about 2 seconds. And so basically what I'm doing here is we're just tightening this dog up. And what I mean by tightening the dog up, we know he's going to work cattle. We know he's strong. He doesn't have to prove that to us anymore. So what I'm going to do is every time I give him a command, if he does it fast, I'm going to down the dog. So if I send him on a go by and he goes wide open, immediately I'm telling him to get down. If I send him on a way to me command and he goes, 9-0, I'm going to down the dog, get down. If he comes out too far past the cat, if he comes around the corner snatching and jumping and popping his teeth, I'm going to tell him to, knock it off and get back behind the cattle. And the commands I'm using are get back, walk up, steady, and get down. So once he's behind the cattle, as long as he stays between 10 and 2, you'll see him kind of come out a little too far. Notice I get him right down. One thing that I'll highly recommend is you give him a minute to kind of soak on that get down. That'll really help the dog to start figuring out to knock that crap off. The reason that we're doing this is there's no reason for him to be doing right there what you just saw. There's no reason for him to be doing that. These calves are trained calves. These calves are definitely slow working calves, and there's no reason for him to be snapping and running wide open. So what I'm going to do there is right there, I'm going to tell him to get back. I'm going to tell him to get down and then walk up. If I tell him to walk up and he goes to running and snorting and jumping and biting, then I'm going to tell him to get back, get down, and then walk up steady. This little dog is he's a strong dog. I like him a lot. I really like what he's doing. This is a pretty neat little deal. If you go and watch some of Clay Bridges' videos on the Chansey and Brady pups, he's doing a really nice job, and really is what kind of I'm trying to get this dog to do, is to really just get slow back there and walk. He's got all the power he needs. There's no reason for him to keep jumping at the cattle. And what we're basically trying to do is build his confidence so he realizes that all that stuff's not necessary. We understand that he's anxious and he's excited about working, and that's what he wants to do. The problem is that's no way to work the cattle. There's just no point in it. The best thing for him to do is just walk, meander around back there. If the cow points his nose at him, he needs to bite, that's one thing. Go ahead, take a hold of him, bite all you want. But if not, then just settle down, do your thing. Work the cattle like a man versus like a young boy or something. I think about when you see these kids playing, my kids or any kids playing out in the playground or out in the front yard or whatever. They're running and jumping around and having a good old time, and that's fine and dandy. But this dog's 2 years old, and so what I'm trying to relate to him is just slow down, take your time. There's no reason to be doing all that. The commands, once again, they're get down, walk up, and steady. Once he's behind the cattle, he just needs to stay back there. If you'll notice right here, this dog's really starting to slow down. I mean, his little tail will start to come down. You can always kind of tell what a dog's going to do if you really watch them. If that tail comes up, sticks straight up in the air, chances are they're fixing to, do some barking or jump up and bite something or really get a hold of something. But just like that, I downed him, and then I told him away to me, bring the kettle back to me. And when he gets there, I want him to get down right there. I want him to just slow down. And so that portion of the video I think is pretty done there. Now this is the second work at Lynn's. This was the second time this day. And, I'd say he probably had about an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours in between at the most. And if you'll really notice, you'll start to see here that it really starts coming together. And some people might ask, well, how long do you got to do this? Well, I guess in my eyes, as long as it takes. Some dogs may take 2 or 3 works. Some dogs may take 30 works. That's just something you're going to have to play with your dog. This is only number 2, and it's already better. And I also have a little segment on this video once I got back to Texas, where he's really doing a great job. So. The biggest thing is be consistent. Use the same commands. I'm a firm believer in the universal commands. If you use those, they came over from the sheepdogs and from the sheep handlers. Go by, wait to me, get down, walk up, steady, get a hold. All of those things there will if you use those same commands, it'll really help you. But right now, we're just going to keep evaluating this dog here. Just about to the end of this video. I really like what he's doing. I don't have any complaints about him thus far. You're going to feel also too, every once in a while, you're going to feel like you're being kind of a micromanager, and I don't like it. I don't like to have to be a micromanager. I'd like to for this dog just to get it, and for the most part they will. It just depends. It just depends on the dog. I think that if you didn't have this much trouble, if you didn't have a dog that you really had to kind of get after like this, it's been my experience that the dog wouldn't be very powerful. And I'd rather have a powerful dog that I kind of have to really put the time in on the training portion of it at the beginning of the training than to not have enough power and you not be able to move cattle. This dog here, he's going to move about anything. You can already see right there, he's just trotting around, really not, before in the beginning of the video where he was really coming around way too far and snapping and jumping up. Even right there, he came around too far, but he didn't jump up and snap at him. So I look at that as an improvement. I think if you'll use that 1% gain per day, figure it, if you got a 1% improvement every day for 100 days, you'd have a 100% dog in no time. Right there's a call off. That'll do. Whistle at them. Come on. This is back at the ranch in Ravenna, Texas. This is probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 works where I'm starting to slow him down a little more. This ice had him a little bit boogered up. We got a pretty good ice storm. We got about 4 to 6 inches of ice, 20, 23 degrees, something like that. These calves here, you can see the ice all over them. But what I want you to really notice is, he's going to make a few mistakes here, but man, the difference this dog's make. I'm really tickled about it. I'm excited to see what it's like every day, where right here I'm not having to say too much. He did get a little barky today. He barked a little bit more than I don't like a dog to bark, but he did do it, and I think that was his anxiety. And I think he felt like he was at a disadvantage because he was slipping and sliding all over the place. I mean, it was dang freaking chilly. But if you'll notice, these calves aren't getting all boogered up. They're, he's not snatching at them. I haven't seen him really bite anything. Hadn't had to, so that's good. He's still moving around a little more sporadic than I like, and that'll just get better and better as we go. But ultimately, I mean, he's doing his job. The calves are walking slow. He's moving them slow. His tail's down. He's not jumping out past them, and I can't wait to see what the next day brings. But the number one thing I want to say is, old Quentin Snyder, you up there working in Canada, and I couldn't let you have all the fun in the snow, so I had to get out there and do some work. But hope you guys have enjoyed this, and if you have any info, or if you would like any info on my program, or my breeding program or training program, you can contact me at jerryjonescowdogs@yahoo.com, or you can give me a call at 972-442-4985. Thank you, and have a blessed day.